Moving on. Let's get into some climate change news. Trump rolls back methane rules. We already know all of, this keeps on going. This is an older article. He rolls back methane rules as, bankrupt Permian drillers ignore venting flares. This was published on August 14th, which is yesterday. But this is an ongoing story. On Thursday, the Trump administration rolled back Obama-era rules designed to rein in fugitive methane emissions, a powerful greenhouse gas routinely emitted from leaking oil and gas infrastructure. So I guess it's officially rolled back. I don't know. I guess maybe before he was proposing. Commonly from unlit flares. A powerful greenhouse gas routinely emitted from leaking oil and gas infrastructure, commonly from unlit flares that, when ignited, are designed to burn off methane as carbon. Oh, I just saw a really interesting tweet too. Maybe I can find it. Methane emissions, which have 80 times the heat trapping power of carbon dioxide over 20 years, are so damaging to the planet that even though there are 225 times less methane, there are 225 times less methanes in the atmosphere than carbon. Sorry. Methane disproportionately contributes about a quarter of all the human-caused planetary warming. A quarter. United Environmental Protection Agency's new rules rescind 2016 Obama administration limits on industry emissions of methane and prevent future regulation at sites built before 2050. Wow. They also weaken remaining requirements for oil and gas companies to locate and fix venting flares and wells. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Maybe I can find excuse me, this tweet I was looking for. Come on, man. Come on. Let's see. Where is it? I know it's in here. Or maybe not. Maybe I can't find it. Hold on. Did I... Shoot. Well, I messed up. Anyways, I'm just going to tell you about this tweet. It was a woman in Richmond, California. I believe it was Richmond, showing, a giant, gas flare, burning up into the sky, black smoke. She's like, this is just going on and nobody's concerned. Nobody's saying anything about this. Nobody's trying to stop it. It's just, they're just polluting the air and killing us. They're killing us. Anyways, in the time of COVID, protecting people from environmental disasters or environmental poisoning is of little concern. I don't know why. This is an interesting tweet from Marquita Bradshaw, who just won her district election, Bradshaw 2020, or her primary. I believe she's in Alabama or Georgia. Oh, Tennessee, South Memphis. Anyway, she put up this poll I thought was interesting that, Medicare for all, of course, is number one issue that mattered. But Green New Deal, I was actually, of course, Green New Deal, we can go down the alley on that one. But I was surprised that Green New Deal was as high as it was. I, myself, voted Green New Deal. Just to see, I often give answers to these polls just to see what the polls say. Right? Even if the answers are all like, oh, that's nothing that I really want to vote for, but I'll just give a vote anyways, just because I want to see of course I want to see what everybody's feeling. Anyways, let's move on. Companies expect climate change to cost them $1 trillion in 5 years. But do you think that these companies, these corporations, are going to continue making record profits while it costs them this money, right? Who is it going to cost, really? What it's going to cost you is everything. It's going to cost everyone everything. That's what climate change is going to cost people. So you think you're going to keep your profits, right now? You will not. And if you have to keep your profits in a bunker in Kansas, excuse me, or wherever, I don't think you will. Many corporations see climate change posing a significant threat to their business within the decade, according to a new report. Within the decade. In January, climate change claimed its first corporate victim. Did it now, excuse me. Facing billions in liabilities after contributing to some of California's deadliest and most devastating wildfires, PG&E filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Are they really a victim, though? They claimed bankruptcy protection, meaning that they're still going to function, right? They just get to charge off all their debts and restructure or whatever. This spring, flooding in the Midwest ruined fields, grain silos, and infrastructure. The agriculture conglomerate Archer Daniels Midland reported that the floods would cost it between $50 and $60 million in the first quarter of the year. The costs of a disturbed climate are becoming increasingly burdensome and apparent. In 2018, the U.S. sustained $91 billion in damage from climate-related disasters, including tropical cyclones, severe storms, inland floods, droughts, and wildfires. Climate change is no longer a distant threat, but something that is impacting economies now, says Bruno Sarda, president of CDP North America, a nonprofit that encourages companies to report how climate change might affect them. A growing number of companies are recognizing that fact and are now publicly reporting the effects of climate change on their businesses. A new report published Tuesday by CDP shows that 215 of the world's biggest companies, sorry, I don't want to read the numbers wrong, including giants like Apple, JP Morgan Chase, Nestle, and 3M, see climate change as a threat likely to affect their business within the next 5 years with a cumulative cost of $1 trillion. Oh my. We don't want it to cost us so much money. Oh my. Companies identified as a range of physical risks, such as the impact of flooding and rising sea levels on distribution centers and warehouses. They also enumerated the cost of transitioning to a lower carbon, more climate-ravaged world, including updating facilities to withstand stronger storms and use less water, complying with potential policies that would likely raise the cost of fossil fuels. Companies also recognize an image issue. In the report, Google's parent company Alphabet writes, not addressing climate change risks and impacts head on could result in a reduced demand for our goods and services because of negative reputation impact. Oh no, not that. CDP also found, however, that companies saw some opportunities. Well, we can slap Go Green stickers on everything we make, and everybody will be like, oh, thanks for going green, guys. Some opportunities in adapting to climate change. The report found that companies estimated opportunities related to climate change could bring in $2.1 trillion. That's what I'm talking about. Profit. Come on, guys. Get on this Green New Deal train. Come on. So I was just saying, before I even read this, the cost is $1 trillion. The opportunities related to climate change could bring in $2.1 trillion. Hey, guys, we're still ahead $1 trillion. All right. Yeah. Most companies peg those benefits to the growth of low-emission products and the creation of new products, such as new fuel sources or energy-efficient cars, which might appeal to a consumer base that is increasingly climate conscious. All right, everybody get on the Green New Deal train. Come on. Amazing. That's amazing. Isn't that awesome, guys? Isn't that awesome? Hey, come on, man. Let's hit up some venture capitalists and let's get some green companies going. Come on. The benefit $2.1 trillion. The cost $1 trillion. We're fine. Everything's fine. The CDP report is part of a growing effort to encourage companies to be open about how climate change will affect their financial well-being. In 2015, the Financial Stability Board, an international organization that studies the global financial system, formed the task force on climate-related disclosures. Led by Michael Bloomberg, the task force has released recommendations to help companies accurately assess and disclose their climate-related risks. The TCFD also wants to help standardize how companies think about and report those risks. Okay, anyways, I read the juicy, meaty part of this. The thing I really wanted to get across in this article was that cost $1 trillion, opportunities $2.1 trillion. Yes. Yes. Let's go green. And by green, I mean green. Come on, guys. There's lots of green to be made. Jennifer Elizabeth, homemade pico today. Veggies from the garden. Sounds good. Green stickers on plastic bags. Yes, Jody Connolly. That's exactly how you go green. You slap a green sticker on a plastic bag or on a box that contains your product wrapped in a plastic bag. You know what I'm saying? You slap that on a diesel burning truck. It's driving across country, delivering all your goods and services. Come on, guys, let's go green. Here's the deal. Bobby Davis, yes. Here's the deal, the Green New Deal. Listen, fat. You know the thing. Oh, my God. Okay, lastly, guys, I'm going to cut it a little short today because I got to take off. I just wanted to bring you this interesting article that somebody posted on the Twitter from 2004. So interesting in what this report was telling the Pentagon, or what the Pentagon was telling Bush at the time. The president at the time, George W. Just, want to read this for humor's sake. Now the Pentagon tells Bush climate change will destroy us. Destroy us. This is interesting. Climate change over the next 20 years could result in a global catastrophe costing millions of lives in wars and natural disasters. So just because all of this is not happening right now, this was a prediction made for 2020, does not mean that maybe they were off by 10 years. A secret report suppressed by U.S. defense chiefs. But look at what's happening in 2020. Maybe not this stuff, but other stuff is certainly happening in 2020. Suppressed by U.S. defense chiefs and obtained by the Observer, warns that major European cities will be sunk beneath rising seas as Britain is plunged into a Siberian climate by 2020. Nuclear conflict, mega droughts, famine, and widespread rioting will erupt across the world. So let's see, we got two out of 4 mega droughts and widespread rioting. There is famine, so 3 out of 4. Maybe not nuclear conflict yet. The document predicts the abrupt climate change. So they were using the word abrupt climate change. The Pentagon. So again, if you think that they don't know, if you don't understand the conspiracy is not to let you know how bad it is, not that it's a hoax, the conspiracy is it's way worse than they are letting on, because they use the word abrupt climate change. Could bring the planet to the edge of anarchy as countries develop a nuclear threat to defend and secure dwindling food, water, and energy supplies. The threat to global stability vastly eclipses that of terrorism. Hey, guys. You're going way out on a limb. Climate change vastly eclipses the threat of terrorism. Say that say the few experts privy to its contents. Disruption and conflict will be endemic features of life, concludes the Pentagon analysis. Once again, warfare, would define human life. The findings will prove humiliating to the Bush administration, which has repeatedly denied that climate change even exists. Oh, Trump is so bad. Trump is such a lunatic. You guys don't remember the Bush administration? It wasn't that long ago. The fact that people are like, "Whoa, George Bush would be fine now instead of Trump," anybody who would say that needs to be slapped repeatedly across the face and the neck area. Experts say that they will also make unsettling it will also make unsettling reading for a president who has insisted national defense is a priority. The report was commissioned by influential Pentagon defense advisor Andrew Marshall, who has held considerable sway on U.S. military thinking over the past 3 decades. He was the man behind a sweeping recent review aimed at transforming the American military under Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld. Climate change should be elevated beyond a scientific debate to a U.S. national security concern, says the authors. Peter Schwartz, CIA consultant and former head of planning at Royal Dutch Shell Group, and Doug Randall of the California-based Global Business Network. Wow, guys. They've known for a long time. If you think that suddenly this information is different, or they have a different assessment of it, you are surely a dope. I can't put it any nicer than that. You're just a dope. You're a dopey person. And you can do better. Get some information in that brain of yours, whatever. Stop reading bullshit articles on social media. Last week, the Bush administration came under heavy fire from a large body of respected scientists who claimed that it cherry-picked science to suit its policy agenda. Wow, sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Suppressed studies that it did not like. Jeremy Simons, a former whistleblower at the Environmental Protection Agency, said that suppression of the report for 4 months was a further example of the White House trying to bury the threat of climate change. So what is old is new again, guys. Senior climatologists, however, believe that their verdicts could prove the catalyst in forcing Bush to accept climate change as real. Woo-hoo! There's a knee slapper. And happening a real and happening phenomenon. They also hope it will convince the United States to sign up to global treaties to reduce the rate of climatic change. Okay. Hey guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and you can support the channel at the links below, PayPal, Patreon, Square. Also, if you'd like to watch the live streams, you can watch the live streams on my Patreon channel. You can subscribe for as little as $1. So hopefully I will see you over there.